So ferro cement, it is a simply skeleton of wire mesh on which chicken meshes are tied. To that shape, a rich cement mortar, say 1:2.5, 1:2, or 1:3, depends upon the design. It has to be press filled. Water cement ratio should be less than or up to 0.45. So what is this technology? These are the basic materials. As I said, on the left hand side, upper photo is the welded mesh. The middle photo is bars, steel bars. Steel bars, normally we use 6 mm and 8 mm. And the right hand photos is the chicken mesh, or this is also called hexagonal wire mesh. Cement one part, some 2 or 2.5 or 3 parts of sand and water. That is the mortar. Cement mortar is to be applied to the skeleton of these layers of chicken meshes. What we eliminate is coarse aggregates. No farmer can have, still you are giving curvature shapes and all these things. Yes, the answer is yes. We are giving the shapes because of the skeletal shapes. The shape of the skeleton is such that we do not require the formwork or any timber planks or any centering plates. The skeleton you can see in the photo, the man is with his trowel from both the sides, they are there. One is pressing from the other side, and the mortar is pressed inside the gaps between the layers of the chicken meshes. The thickness is normally 20 millimeter, 25 millimeter, 30, and at the most you can go to 50 millimeter. First, I will just list out what are different applications for the constructors. Architects and engineers will definitely appreciate this list. In the first picture, you see the cross section of RCC component or RCC member, in which you see 3 white circles. These are the steel bars. They are spaced at 200 or 300 center to center. So what about the area between these bars? Whether you call this area as a reinforced concrete? No, it is a plain cement concrete. It works as a PCC. But you see the yellow color circle where you will appreciate that steel bar and the concrete surrounding it, they have got some bond. And because of this bond, concrete is called as reinforced concrete. Steel takes tension, concrete takes compression. That is well known. Now, because of the bond area between the steel and the concrete matrix, that plays very important role. So effect of that steel bar around the concrete or inside the concrete, it is embedded in the concrete. So whenever stresses come to the steel, it is transferred to the concrete, or when the stress comes to the concrete, it is transferred to the steel. It is through the bonded area or the bonded surface or the surface between the steel and the concrete. Technical distancing. This is a technical distancing in RCC. They are spaced at 200 or some millimeter distance. Now you just consider the 10 millimeter bar. Assume that this is a 10 millimeter bar. Let us consider this is a single bar, and we can compare with the ferrocement chicken mesh wires. Now the wire diameter is 0.5 millimeter. So equivalent area of a single bar of 10 millimeter is 400 wires of 0.5 millimeter. When these wires or the wire meshes are embedded in cement mortar matrix, that means in ferrocement, it gives 20 times the bonded area. That means the area between the mortar and the steel is increased by 20 times. If the bond is more, bonded area is more, the transfer of stresses or transfer of forces from one matrix to other, from steel to mortar or mortar to steel, definitely the efficiency increases, and you will appreciate that 20 times more thing means ferrocement can take tension. Concrete doesn't take tension. In RCC also, we allow some 7 kg per or 8 kg per centimeter square as a tensile forces for designing. In ferrocement, you can go up to 85 to 90 kg per cm square. That means you can number of small diameter wires increase the bonded area between the matrix and reinforcing steel wires. So we say that ferrocement is very close to nature. How RCC behaves, how it fails, how ferrocement behaves, how it gives more strength, stress versus strain. This is the first black dot on the curve graph. Here concrete fails, stops to take further loads. But beyond this first black dot, ferrocement continues to take stresses, and this portion is called as multiple cracking development zone. But still ferrocement takes the load up to the next black dot, and then the steel yielding point is there, and it yields and it stops taking tension. You can imagine the energy absorbed. You can just calculate the area below the graph up to the x-axis, and you will see how much large area. That large area is nothing but the energy absorbed. Definitely there is difference between cement concrete and ferrocement. The designing methods are altogether different. The method or the philosophy to design cement concrete components is that concrete takes compression, steel takes tension. In ferrocement, if you add these two materials, steel meshes and cement mortar, it is just not addition. The composite that is called as a ferrocement, it has got some other properties or some additional properties. It is not just the addition. This is the earthquake proof structures. So why it is earthquake proof? Because it is a homogeneous structure. Concrete, I call it as a heterogeneous material. Ferrocement component is a homogeneous thing.